into the post. They get it back out, and a mid-range jumper there from about 12 foot from Rhodes goes through 40-26 as De Leon gets ready to check in for the Cats. Here comes Lee dribbling it through a double team, gets it back out Sidnor. Quick dish to Campbell, comes up empty on the three. Ball's loose on the floor, and they get a penalty or foul on Minor. It'll be her second. Her and Amaya Lee were both fighting for it. Second foul on Tennessee High. As Haley Hatcher will check out, and they'll go back to Riley Fritz, a freshman point guard. Yeah, 40-26, so 14-point difference here. Need something to go in here for the Cats as this thing's starting to topple toward a blowout as they get a blocking foul. Good play there for Amaya to drive. And she'll go to the line after the foul call. That's a third team foul to 1 now on the Cats.
Now that's huge. Addison Minor has 3 fouls. And we have about 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Do you let her? Yeah. Do you leave her in, or do you try to bring her out here? And if I'm Virginia High right now, drive it to her inside. Make her foul you. That puts her at 4.
Second free throw rattles home. 40-28. They've cut it to 12. Let's see what the Cats are going to put on a little bit of pressure. They try to get it across court and get a good pass to Hatcher down underneath to Rhodes, and one as they foul. That was De Leon who fouled underneath. Definitely not what you needed there.
And that's what we can do. Look, you got to deceive the basket. It's unless she misses the layup, that's 2 points. Don't give her 3 points here. And that's what I talked about earlier. Got to be smart.
That's the fourth foul on De Leon, who had 6 turnovers, 6 steals last night.
That's 4 on.
Yeah, it's 4 on her.
Wow.
So she'll have to go off, and they'll bring in Lockhart.
She hasn't been in a long time. Didn't realize she had 4.
So Rhodes goes to the line. The and one attempt misses. Board goes to Bailey. And Lee will try to dribble it up the floor. Kind of lost her own dribble, but gets it back. Fights to a triple team and throws it straight to Minor. Sort of panic there going into the triple team. Hatcher goes in, misses. Rebound and a foul underneath goes to Lockhart. As Fritz got the board, Lockhart sort of ran into her. The defense there for Lee was good. She sort of did a little drive-by on the layup attempt. Didn't foul her, and she missed it, but Lockhart couldn't come down with the board, so it all comes out in the wash as Fritz will go to the line. 42-28, Vikings with the lead. And now 3 fouls apiece after those 2 quick ones on the Cats. First free throw misses well short, hits off the front of the rim.
And this, right now, keep your composure. We almost had it to a 3-point lead, and now it's back up to, what is that?
14.
Yeah.
Second free throw good. Back to 15 now for Tennessee High.
And now they're going to press again. We kind of got them away from that because we was.
Just sort of a brain lapse there. Jada caught it and tried to move before she got it to half court. They were nearing a 10-second call, and she let it go out of bounds. Just a lapse there. And this is not the same Bearcat team we saw a night ago.
No, and they're frustrated, and they're not playing well. They came out for a few minutes there and played extremely well, and then we kind of let them get a couple easy buckets, and now we've kind of lost our mojo, lost our confidence again.
Rhodes has it. They get it down to Minor, and they got it tip out, and they call a foul on Bailey as she tried to force a turnover. Actually, they call Lockhart.
That's her second.
As Lockhart will now check out, and they'll bring back Taylor Owens out to the floor. So on the floor for the Cats now, Taylor Owens, Allie Sidnor, Amaya Lee, Kerrigan Bailey, and Jada Campbell. The inbounds, it got tipped by the Cats and went out of bounds. It'll stay Viking basketball down here on their own baseline. 2:07 to go, third period. 15-point lead for the Lady Vikings. Try to get it down on the post. We got an offensive foul on Tennessee High turnover. So right there, after 2 times, they had a chance there to score and didn't get a chance on the baseline inbound.
And this is what I'm talking about. The officiating's good right now because you're letting both teams play a little bit, but the physicalness of it, you're not letting it get out of hand. You're letting one team kind of run through screens and knock girls down, and you won't call them for anything. Now you're kind of, okay, we got to cut it out. We got to get it under control here. And that's what they're doing. And now, Tennessee High is getting called for a lot of fouls, and that's going to even things up for us. She has 4. That's Erin Walker. She has 4. That's one of their better players, and now she has to go sit down.
Yeah. Erin Walker fouled Amaya Lee. Lee just hit the first free throw. Lee went in for like a little floater and got hit near the end of it, so she missed the floater, but she made the front end of the 1-and-1, and that one rolled out. Just sort of spun out. 43-29, 14-point lead.
Middle. There we go. Get back there.
Cats trying to guard here. Minute 50 to go in the third period. Hatcher has it on the right side of the wing. Way out from the basket as they'll sort of hand it off there. Fritz now back out to the top of the key as they're sort of cycling around with the ball. Jumper taken from the free throw line. Richards misses, but Minor comes back up with the board, and Owens comes down with the defensive rebound for the Cats. It's now Maya Lee controls it with 1:25 to go until the end of the third period. Jada Campbell wide open look from 3, misses. Ball got tipped by Owens, but went back into the hands of Haley Hatcher, and here come the Vikings. Double teaming Hatcher now as the Cats try to get a turnover. Kerrigan Bailey goes to the floor trying to get a steal. Now Minor sets up for a little short jumper and makes it. 45-29, 16-point lead for the Vikings. Amaya Lee works through a screen from Taylor Owens. Jada had a look for 3 but didn't take it. Now Sidnor works off a screen from Taylor. Spins up near the right wing, driving, had the ball knocked loose, and a turnover goes against the Cats. Richards got the steal. She dribbles up to the free throw line, throws it back out. Hatcher for 3, airballs it, but Minor's right there and gets whacked on her way with the shot. Bailey wasn't going to let her get that shot off. It knocked her to the ground, and it's a foul. 45-29 the score. Tennessee High with the lead as Minor will go to the line. And we've seen it's really been the same story from the last time we saw Tennessee High over in the Bearcat Den, fouls being the issue. And the Cats really not been able to play their game. And like you said, a lot of the game, the way they play, I mean, it's predicated on how
defense,
touchy the refs are. And that's definitely a dangerous life to live, is whatever you're basically saying. We're going to be physical. You're basically putting your whole strategy at risk there. Second free throw is good. It's 46-29.
Addison's out of the game right now. Let's make a run right here. Added their best players out. She has, I believe, 3 fouls. Is that correct? Erin Walker for Tennessee High has 4. So let's make a little run right here.
36 seconds to go. Taylor Owens takes a long 3 and airballs it. Bailey gets tripped up going for the board. She got tripped by Kenzie Nichols, who came in for Minor, but no foul. And 31 seconds to go. The ball went out of bounds after the miss. They were waiting there. Had a little bit of substitution issue. 31 seconds to go. 46-29. And try to push it. Kerrigan gets a steal off the inbound. They get it out to Sidnor with 26 seconds, but she loses it on the contact. Jada Campbell swipes it away. 3 turnovers in a row, and we finally get a foul on the Vikings. It'll go against Maddie Hatcher. She had 4 steals last night against Cherokee. It's really the first time, one of the first times we've heard her name called tonight. As that foul's the team's 6th foul.
Now here it is. We got about 19 seconds. Get a good look here. And get some points.
46-29 the score. Jada trying to drive, gets double team. Kerrigan Bailey comes down with that, but got tipped and got the layup. 46-31. They've cut it back to 15 with 6 seconds to go here in the third. Cats trying to place a double team on with 1 second left on the clock. Vikings won't get a shot off as the pressure causes issues there on the inbounds. 46-31 at the end of the third quarter.
15-point lead. At this point, you got 1 quarter left. Just everything you got for 1 quarter. Everything you have for 1 quarter.
You just sort of throw the fouls out the window and just say,
everything. I mean, you can't take them with you.
That's true.
We're down by 15 at this point. Can't take them with you. Everything you have right here, right now. I mean, you had to play smart in that third quarter and not be too aggressive. But Kerrigan had a steal. Jada had one. We had quite a few turnovers there, but then we turned over ourselves. So we'll see.
The Cats trail by 15. They were outscored by 5 in that quarter. 17-12 was the breakdown scoring-wise. Couple of threes taken. What do you think about going to the 3 ball? You think maybe a little bit too quick to start panicking and going for the long ball?
Yeah,
and trying to get it in?
I don't feel like
they were going in yesterday.
Right, and I don't feel like right now we're just not in rhythm right now. And right now I feel like we're kind of rushing that 3 ball. Like, set your feet and shoot it. if you have it, take it, But, again, right now, calm down. Just give everything you got for 8 minutes.
We're back to the original starters on the floor for the Cats. Amaya Lee, Taylor Owens, Allie Sidnor, Kerrigan Bailey, and Jada Campbell. Again, all it takes is one of these girls to heat up from behind the arc, and Owens and Campbell can do it. And Amaya can hit it too. See what Amaya does here, dribbling at the top of the key. She'll take a jumper from the free throw line and swishes it. Cuts it back to 46-33 with 7:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Cats going to crank up the pressure again. Minor has re-entered the game as they get it back down the floor to Fritz, the freshman point. Now they get it back out to the more sure-handed Hatcher, the senior point.
And this is just like our boys last night. There's no pressure. Tennessee, you're up by 15. You don't have to force anything right now.
That was a drive against Bailey. Not a lot you could do about that. No. Just a good play by Rhodes. Rotated, went up with the right hand and got it. Well, other than fouling her, there was no way to keep her from making that. 7:12 to go, fourth period, 48-33 as they try to get it down to Owens, and she can't get a hand on it. It goes out of bounds. Turnover on the Cats. And turnover's really been an issue, But you've got to sort of think back to all the fouls that were happening early in the game that maybe the Cats are trying to be a little bit too cute offensively, knowing that the Vikings are getting away with a little bit more strong defense. As the Cats nearly force a turnover there, but there's a travel as they do force it.
And I'm telling you, this is what you have to do with teams that has one true ball handler. They're trying to get the ball to Hatcher. If you cover her up, she can't. These other girls don't like the ball in their hand.
Well, Taylor Owens will inbound it after the turnover. The travel by Minor. 7 minutes to go here in the fourth period. Cats trail by 15, 48-33. Jumper, Amaya Lee misses short. No one there to box out as Fritz comes down with the board. Ball's loose on the floor. Sidnor nearly had it, but Fritz stole it away. Down on the left wing, Fritz spins out of a double team, still working against Amaya Lee. Definitely a tough thing to do. They get it underneath. A good pass to Minor, and she goes in with the right hand. That was just a good find there. Yeah. A lot of pressure on the ball, but nobody up underneath to guard. Jada Campbell pulls up from way deep and nails it. 50-36 as Jada swishes it, and Coach Timmons going to ride that momentum and call a timeout here.
6 minutes, 14 points. We still can do this. The one thing I see tonight that we've had in some other games that we struggle, the rebounds and just the kind of the lackadaisicalness on defense at sometimes. Like we just kind of lose track of where we are, where our girl is, and we give them no easy buckets. And that's why I said, Addison Minor, she's a good player. She's going to get her stats, but don't make it easy for her.
And Minor has had a good night, but like you said, it's hard to not have a bad. It's hard to have a bad night whenever you're getting it right underneath the basket, wide open in transition. Like most of the points have come from them tonight. If we had a stat for points off turnovers too, Tennessee has been able to take advantage of that. Now, the ugly part for Tennessee High is where the score could be right now if they'd hit those free throws in the first half. I mean, this game should be all but over in reality, but that's a lot of credit to Coach Timmons. That's a lot of adversity in the opening 8 minutes of this game, and the Cats, even up till halftime, they had cut it to a 6-point lead at one point.
And
for Tennessee,
if this game plays out the way it is and we end up losing it, it's one of those games that doesn't matter in the long run. We're still talking about district play here. It's a game that we'll like to get for bragging rights, but it doesn't matter in the long run for us.
6 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock as Hatcher will bring it up the floor for the Vikings. People starting to file in for the boys varsity game. That'll tip off after this one is over. Richards had it for a second. Now back out to Haley Hatcher on the right wing, trying to get a turnover. They get it to Minor. Minor, good pass out to the top. 3 wide open, top of the key. Walker nails it. 53-36 with 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. That's a big three.
Again, it's a breakdown. It's a breakdown in our defense.
They get a good bounce pass underneath to Owens, and Owens gets a foul called on her. Charge. So that'll be her fourth.
And that's kind of been our problem tonight. Like, it's hard to get anything going. We can't. Taylor, she wants to go inside, but they're not letting her get that move inside. Tennessee out defenders falling down, and she's getting called for a charge. We've seen that maybe 2 or 3 times tonight.
53-36, and you're right. You're seeing everything. Anything that could go wrong for the Cats tonight, the 50-50 balls, everything's been pointed back toward the maroon side. Fouls, again, the differential in that has been amazing. There's a travel against Tennessee High. You hate to see that in a good rivalry game. both teams want to play defense. Let them play defense, right?
And Taylor has to leave. She has 4 fouls right now. But, I guess you try to save her a little bit and put her back in and maybe